women. Am I right? But, anywho, good morning. It is about 9:45. I'm leaving the gas station now. I'm about to go to the gym. I didn't sleep well last night. Well, I slept okay. I went to sleep pretty late. Couldn't really fall asleep, unfortunately. So, like, typically early in the morning, I kind of like to... Recently, what I've been doing is I've been doing work first thing in the morning. Whether that's, like, editing. Typically, that's the work I'm talking about. Typically, it's, like, editing first thing in the morning or something like that. You know? But I didn't get up out of bed until, like, 8:30. I'm going to go to the gym. Today, we will be stretching. Back maybe, like, a couple years ago, me and Trey had pretty much a regimen. We would go to the gym 6 days a week. Was it 6 days or was it 7? I don't remember. We used to go to the gym. Actually, it was 6 days. We used to go to the gym 6 days. It might have been 7. 7 days. We used to go to the gym 7 days a week. And on Sunday, we used to stretch. So now I'm trying to implement that. Plus, I've been having, like, abdominal pain and stuff like that. So I had 2 hernia surgeries, but, like, I had the hernia surgeries and I'm, like, still having pain from the hernia surgeries, which, like, isn't cool. They did all these ultrasounds and all these tests and they keep saying, like, yo, nothing's wrong, bro. Nothing's wrong. But I'm telling you something's off because I feel it. And this past week, I went to the physical therapist and it seems like my abdominal, like my lower abdominal muscles are, like, just extremely tight. You know, so she was kind of, like, massaging it out, and then she gave me a couple of stretches that I can do. So because I've been kind of having a problem with that, I was like, need to start stretching again. She even said it. She was like, I'm going to make you stretch. Like, it's what we're going to do. You're going to learn to like stretching. So after, like, talking to her and then her giving me some exercises to do, I'm like, yo, I'm going to bring back these stretch days. I think it's important. I think it's going to help me, especially because I took some time off from the gym and now I'm going back. So a lot of times I be sore, man. So it'll be cool to stretch. So I bought my little, I have one of those massage guns. So I'm going to stretch my whole body. I'm not just going to do the stretches she's done. She just really added to the arsenal, added to the repertoire. But I'm really going to stretch my whole body. So now I go to the gym 5 days out the week. That 5th day is a stretch day. So 4 days I'm lifting weight. That 5th day is a stretch day, and then the other 2 days I take off because of work. But also just, you know, it's good to recover. So my workout, how I schedule it, how I tailor it, isn't where I want it to be at the moment. But that's because, like, I'm still dealing with, like, this abdominal pain. So, like, I ain't gonna lie, some days I be hurting. I gotta leave early because I want to push myself, but at the same time I ain't trying to push it too hard. I'm trying to be smart, you know, because I would hate to go out with another hernia or another type of injury. So that's kind of how I've been. My workout isn't where I want it to be, but the fact that I'm back in the gym, the fact that I'm back working is a blessing, and I'm thankful for it, and I'm happy because I used to, like, wake up in the morning and know I wasn't going to the gym. I just felt like I procrastinated more. Like, going to the gym first thing in the morning, and I really like to go early, but during the weekdays, it's hard to go really early because it be packed. Like, I'm noticing, like, now, I'm leaving 9:45, 10 o'clock. By now, it ain't really that packed. There's not a lot of people there. I like going at, like, 6 in the morning, or at least leaving the house at 6 in the morning so I get to the gym at, like, 6:15, 6:20. Decent amount of people be there, except for the weekends. The weekends is the only time when it seems to not be that packed in the morning, which makes sense because everybody goes out Friday night and Saturday night, yada, yada, yada. But I really would like to go, like, first thing in the morning. But as you can see, I be going a little bit later now, at least during the weekday. So that's the plan, and we'll kind of see how the rest of the day goes. There are some things I need to take care of. It's probably going to be more of a chill day. I got to cook. You know, I got to do some laundry and stuff like that. So all that got to be taken care of. I need to continue to practice editing. This isn't a priority, but I kind of want to play Madden. I'm going to keep it a whole being with you. I would like to play some Madden today. But we'll see. You know what's crazy? my ex texted me yesterday. Well, she texted me a couple days ago on Facebook, and I don't ever really go on Facebook. I have it deleted. But every once in a while, when I'm bored, especially if I'm procrastinating something I need to do, I'll like re-download like Instagram or like re-download Facebook or something like that and like scroll. Because of course I don't want to do work. So I downloaded Facebook and I saw a text from my ex. And I was like, damn. And it was a picture. But because I had the app deleted, the picture didn't show up. So I pretty much just texted her like, hey, what's good? And I'm pretty cool with my exes except for one. One of them doesn't like me. Which, fair enough, because I wasn't nice to her. But the others, like, I'm cordial with. Like, I have no beef with. It's not like I text them on the regular, but see you in person, we're cool. So, yeah, she texted me. And I reached out to her because he texted me a couple days ago, like Friday. Like last week Friday. So I wasn't even sure if I was going to get a response from her, to be honest with you, but she did, and we talked back and forth. You know, we texted for a little bit. She wanted to get back together, which, you know, if I told this to Trey will find comical. Trey's the brody. She wanted to get back together. You know, she said she really wanted to try to like work things out, and I still like her. I'm not even going to sit here and lie. I do. I still like her. I still have feelings for her. You know, I find her attractive. I just think our situation was kind of unfortunate, you know. I went on a trip to the Philippines on a whim. I wanted to go somewhere, did a whole bunch of research, picked the Philippines. It was cheapest, or it was cheap in terms of I get to do a whole bunch of stuff out there and not spend a whole bunch of money. Had a lot of time, but that's where I met her at. Like, I went over there and met her, spent the whole trip with her. She was really, really cool. And when I came home, I was like, you know, she liked me and I liked her. So we were like, you know what, we could try this. And as you could tell, it didn't work out. That's why she's my ex. It didn't really work out. You know, long distance relationships suck. It's rough. And don't get me wrong, you know, I did my fair share, and I wasn't great all the time, and I definitely provoked some arguments due to some things that I probably overthought. But, you know, she did her fair share as well, and when I came back home, I learned some things about her, and I ain't even gonna say her front. I learned some things about her, and some lies were told that I didn't appreciate, and that's what kind of led me to leave. I still have love for her. Like, I still wish for the best. I would like to go back over to the Philippines and go to Thailand, and when I do go back over there, I would love to meet up with her and talk to her and chill with her again, because it was genuinely like a good time. Like, she looked out for me while I was out there, and of course I looked out for her while I was out there. Like, it was a good time for both of us. So she ended up reaching out, asking if, you know, maybe we could try to work this out and try to get back together. And I'm gonna be honest, even though I still like her, I couldn't. I can't do it. And the reason is, it's just, the distance is hard. Like, trying to actually build a substantial, real relationship when you guys are thousands of miles away. I'm not even talking about like a 2-hour drive. I'm talking about shorty is a plane ride away. The plane ride is 23 hours. They're a whole day ahead. So it's 9:53 a.m. here. It's 9:53 p.m. there. It's finna be Thursday over there soon. A couple hours. And it's hard to actually build a real substantial relationship that way. At least for me. And maybe because I'm young. It could be because of, you know, I might still be working through, you know, some childhood traumas or insecurities or whatever. But it was difficult for me. And it was difficult for her too. But I couldn't do it. And I knew how I was in that relationship. At first it was cool, because of course we were together, and even when I came back home, you know, I missed her, she missed me, but it was still cool. But as time gone, certain things happened, and it kind of led me to start thinking negatively. It led me to start overthinking and
next thing I know, man, my mind is racing, bro. I'm dang near in a prison of my own that I've managed to build, which is unfortunate because I built it and I put myself in that mental prison. So, but that's something I don't want to go back to. You know, like I don't want to go back to like worrying and thinking all these like negative thoughts and stuff. And a lot of it is on me, and I have to work on that. But to be honest, like shoot, bro, I don't even think I can do it for real. I don't think I can do it for real, man. So I told her that, you know, I was like, listen, all right, I didn't tell her all that, but essentially like, hey, I'm just not sure how smart it's going to be. Because what happened, there's a good chance that what happened before is going to happen again. And, you know, it's been a couple months since I've been back to the Philippines. So also how I think too is like, I got no idea what you have done within these couple months. I'm not saying she that type of girl, but it's a cold world, man. It's a cold world. And it be the women who look the most innocent and who you never expect, who, you know what I mean? Not saying that's her, because she definitely did not carry herself as that. But, you know, being gone for so long, that's what I think about. You know, I kind of think about that. You know, who's to say she ain't get with another man or two? Realize like, damn, bro, these dudes are trash, and they end up trying to get back with me or whatever. Who knows, man? Who knows? But all that plays a role, and it would just genuinely be hard for me to do that, for me to go back. So, you know, I told her that, and I told her like, hey, but like, you know, we can still talk. Like, hey, if you want to like talk a little more, you know, I'm willing to talk to you a little bit more. We can open up the line of communication a little bit more than it has been before, and kind of see what happens. You know, I'm not saying that we start talking all of a sudden we get back together, but you know, just kind of see what happens. Just start talking to her and all the other stuff. Whoa, oh, dang, somebody hubcap fell off, bro. That joint was rolling. But that's what I told her, and I don't think she liked that response because I ain't got no reply. You know, I told her that like it was in the morning here, so like in the evening over there. Yeah, I told her that. No response for hours, bro. Still no response. So I don't think she liked that idea, and I know she wouldn't like that idea because I know she wants to like be in a relationship. She don't just want to like text me and call me. Like she wanted the perks of being in a relationship, which I understand because I feel like in this case she's getting more perks out of it than I am because like, you know, I'm a touchy-feely, affectionate kind of dude. So, bro, I can't hug her, I can't kiss her, I can't do any of that. I can't, you know? She could talk to me about her problems and the things that she's going through and all that other stuff. And, you know, I kind of like to take care of my women. So if she was like, hey, I'm going out, this, that, I'd probably send her a little bit of money. So, like, she would be getting more of it than I am, you know? And if we were together, like if it was in person, you know, I consider actually giving it another shot. I try not to go back to exes, but she was cool. So I would actually give it another shot if it was in person. But in this case, because she lives so far away and I have no idea when I'll be back in the Philippines, obviously I want to go soon, but like at this current moment, it doesn't seem like it will be soon. So yeah, that was interesting. I was definitely surprised to see a text from her. And this isn't the first time. This is the second time that she actually texted me and reached out. The first time, though, it wasn't on some let's get back together. It was on some like, yo, how you doing? Because I deleted all my social media. So other than the podcast, she wouldn't know what the heck that I've been into. So, but yeah, this is the second time she texted me, and this time, you know, she wants to get back together, and I told her no to him. I just can't. I just can't, man. And even in a long distance relationship, still give up a lot of time, man. A lot of time just FaceTiming and talking to her and all that other stuff. And sometimes, you know, the time that you give her on FaceTime or whatever, you could be putting towards, you know, like my goals and aspirations. Or I could be at work. Something. I could be doing something a little more productive than necessarily just like talking to you until like you fall asleep. And then I start doing work at like 11 or 12. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I don't think at the moment it's the smartest thing to do. So that's what it is. Or maybe she'll get back to me and actually text me back. At this point, though, I don't think she will text me back. Because I don't think she liked my answer. But I'm going to be honest with her. I ain't going to sit here and lead her on. You know, I really try to be honest with everybody, especially if I'm going to be in an intimate relationship with you. I try to, you know, do as best by you as I can. So I wasn't going to sell her a dream. I wasn't going to do that. So I was honest with her. Told her the truth. Sometimes people ain't gonna like the truth. It's what it is. But we're coming up on the gym. Pretty much here. So, pretty solid workout. Wasn't too bad. Like I said, I'm not sure how great the audio was in there when I was talking, but very low impact type of a workout today. Really just stretching. My body is tight, man. Like I said earlier, like years. It's been years since I really had a dedicated day to just stretch, you know? So my body's tight. Even after, bro, like I felt good, but then all of a sudden my hip tightened up a little bit. You know, got to work on that. But I'm definitely tight. You know, my body is definitely tight. So I think these stretch days are huge. And going to my physical therapist, you know, she also agrees that my body is tight. And it feels like it. When she's like working my muscles and stuff, bro, like it feels tight. It just feels, So another thing, bro, there's a lady in there twerking, bro. I'm not exaggerating, like twerking. Like it was a part of her workout, bro. She do her little thing, start twerking, start throwing her thing in a circle. Like, I'm not exaggerating, bro. I'm not exaggerating, bro. Shawty was like in her 30s or 40s. Shawty was double cheeked up, I ain't gonna lie. But like, yo, we're at the gym. We're at the gym, man. This is not what I was expecting. You know, not what I was expecting. I found it to be comical, but at the same time, I was like, bro, I'm trying to stay focused. And that's another thing that I have a problem, and it's going to be a constant thing that's said in these vlogs. I know it is, but, bruh, women look good, man. I be trying to stay focused in the gym, but sometimes, you know, eyes wander. I'm like, damn, bruh. But I'm just trying to, like, stay focused, stay locked in, continue your good workout, continue, you know what I mean? Like, getting there, especially when you start working out, you get in a good flow, you get in a good rhythm, and you want to keep that. And sometimes looking around at pretty women and stuff like that gets you out of that, you know. You're not as locked in. Your rest time is a little bit longer now. Now you thinking about going to talk to shorty. Now you talking to her and yada, yada, yada. So it's hard. It's hard to stay focused. But we stay focused today. Saw a girl twerk, which I'm very surprised to see in the gym, but hey, it's what it is. If that's your workout, baby. We don't judge. So, like I said, go home. Got some other things I gotta take care of. So, just finished cooking. Meal prepped all my food for the next 3 days. So for the next 3 days, I'll have ground chicken, ground beef, and rice. And then, of course, in the morning, typically I try to eat some eggs and some yogurt or something like that. I had a piece of bread with like cream cheese on it today as well. So, been productive today. Essentially just have been editing videos. As you can see, cook. And then I did some laundry. So I'm actually not even supposed to be here right now. I'm supposed to be going to pick up Trey from school. I told him I'll be there at 5:15. It is 5 o'clock. I will not be there at 5:15.
So I'm probably gonna leave here at 5:15, which is crazy. But that's essentially it. The day has been pretty productive. Really just trying to stay focused, keep it pushing. I'm gonna be honest, this camera low-key helps me stay productive. Cause I'm like, yo, I gotta record like myself doing things now. So like because of that, I'm kinda like, damn. The time I felt like I used to waste time, the time that I felt like I used to waste, now, because I'm recording myself so much more, I'm like, yo, let me waste less time. Let me actually do something, you know? So, it's kind of a blessing, to be honest. A little bit more productive. But a little bit more productive. But I'm gonna eat this because I'm hungry. So, we're about to pull up to the school. I completely forgot. I gotta get a package. I got something else for this camera. So I can like actually take it outside without it being really weird. Cause like if it's really bright outside and you walk out with this camera, it's just like super overexposed. It's just like extremely white. You can't see anything. It's like aggressive. So I bought some ND filters. So that'll kind of help with that at least, so I'll be able to use this outdoors. How you doing, Playboy?
You good, ready?
How's everything?
I'm alright, man. How about you?
Can't complain, bro. It's another day.
Appreciate the ride.
Yeah, I gotta stop at Whole Foods again, cause I gotta pick up a package.
Oh, okay.
I bought some ND filters, so some filters for the camera.
That's is that the shader thing?
Yeah. So that way it could be like used outside or even used in the car, cause sometimes,
You don't get that really bad glare.
yeah, like right now I know it looks horrible. How was school?
Yeah, uneventful. Just did work. Finished paper. I'm gonna hand that in today. I'm happy that I'm just getting everything in.
Just knock it out, man.
Yeah, so
Knock it out.
That's gonna be out the way and done. And, I had a test tomorrow, so study for that. I got work tonight, so I gotta study throughout the night. And tomorrow, first thing in the morning. But other than that, school is cool.
Same old.
Sit around and talk to people. Same
You made any new friends?
Nah, not really.
Okay.
This is same.
You said hung out and talked to people, so I was thinking
just
like,
hung out
yo.
and talk to the regular people
That's
that
fair,
you hang out
that's
and talk to. Talk to David. Talk to both Davids, frankly. Got to talk to them or him for the last like 5
You going to that party?
No, actually spoke to him and talked to him
Oh,
about that.
told her like, nah. I ain't
Yeah, I
having it.
told him I appreciate the invite and that he should definitely invite me to other things. I'm just not gonna be able to show up to like this.
That's fair.
And that's personally what I try to do. Like if somebody invites me to something, I was just like nah, I can't show up. Say like I appreciate you even thinking of me and inviting me.
It's like,
'cause
thank you
couldn't-
for
'cause
inviting
could
me.
not.
Yeah, that's
you could
fair.
not. So that like if he does have another event in the future,
He
like,
still
Trey,
look
try to
out.
help Cause
That's
he's
fair.
cool. He's good people's man. I like him.
That's fair.
That's what I like.
So you still want to stay cordial. You still want to. You don't want to be rude.
Essentially,
You don't want to be
yeah,
rude about it.
Yeah, essentially. It's the thought that counts.
Yeah.
You really need to block this whole road, bro.
Yeah, well, they got whole cranes in the middle of it. They got no choice.
You can park them on the side street,
Park what on the side street?
like on the grass.
So they gonna tear up the grass? Nah.
What you mean tear up the? Well, first of all, you're tearing up the asphalt anyway. So
Yeah,
what
because
difference
they're
does it
building.
make?
Because they're building
Ain't
on top of
nobody
the
walking on
asphalt.
grass.
They're building on top of the asphalt. That's different. They're tearing it down to build it back up. With the grass, they'd rest their equipment and then leave, and now it has a whole
they're
bunch of
better off
trend
just
marks.
doing
And on top of that, those are people's lawn.
Listen,
so
you can
so
easily
imagine. Nah,
lawn care is a
bruh.
thing. You can easily.
I got a question. If you
redo
had a house and they were doing work right in front of your house, and they were like, "Yo, sir, can we park our industrial size stuff on your grass?" You allowing it?
Okay, fair question. I asked them, and I talked to them about this. How long y'all gonna be there for? How long y'all gonna be there for?
Well, they park it.
Will the damages be repaired after the fact? Because you know, you make a good point. You are going to tear up.
You
the
gonna tear up the
grass.
grass.
That's fair. But you can still repair grass, Tyler. You can repair grass.
What I'm saying is they save money because just like you said that, other people thinking the same way. So it's like we know it's not going to tear up the concrete, and we're already bringing up the concrete because we got to put more down.
Yeah, but now you block a whole lane and you can't use that road.
That's what it is.
That's not
Or what happens is they gotta get permission from somebody like you or whoever lives in a home. They have to park it, and they have to park it. I don't know how long they're gonna be doing that, so that could be weeks. And they gotta park it overnight? So you gonna let people park a crate on your overnight? Nah. Yeah. And then on top of that, they now have to pay for your lawn that's cooked, and now your lawn looks. And on top of that, it's
ugly for the duration.
For the rest of the summer, bro.
For the duration of the
No,
construction.
what do you mean?
Who's to say that the construction is gonna go on for the duration of the summer?
No. What I'm saying is they're gonna keep parking your car. They're gonna keep parking their crane on your lawn
until it's done.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, unless they put artificial grass down, for the duration of the summer, it's gonna be cooked because you're probably gonna have to reseed everything. You're probably gonna have to water it. Yeah, it's completely different.
I do
so now you have a whole bunch of dead spots on your lawn that you now have to reseed.
Temporarily.
Yeah, of course.
It's not forever.
But it's for definitely the rest of the summer. It takes time to grow grass.
How many more summers that I'm gonna have at the whatever property that would.
My point exactly. So if so now how I look at it, if this is my last couple of summers, I want it to look good. I want it to look good.
If it meant not blocking the road, I'd sacrifice the grass.
Nah,
I'd sacrifice.
That's stupid. That's stupid, bro. You ain't gonna tear up my lawn, bro. For
it's
what?
Not like you care about your lawn anyway. It's just
I do care. What do you mean? Why would I care about my lawn?
Why would you have a lawn when you don't want to take care of it?
That's why they pay people for it, Trey. That's what money is for.
What are you worried about if it gets messed up?
Because I don't
to take care of it.
Because I don't want to pay. I don't want to pay the money to take care of it, and of course, the construction company doesn't want to pay money.
Money to have it get taken care of anyway.
What do you mean? But it's gonna be extra money, and it's gonna be it's gonna be extra money. Two, nah. It's one is gonna be extra money, and then two, I'm gonna have to my whole lawn is gonna have to look ugly for the rest of the.
It's just for one. Not even for the rest of the summer.
For a whole summer.
It's the whole summer.
Nah.
Probably like a couple weeks at best.
Nah.
Maybe you see why I say no contact with exes?
Why, bro? I don't see what the problem is here. What's the problem?
I'm just saying that wouldn't happen if you had no contact.
Yeah, I mean, are you correct? Yeah, but you act like something crazy happened.
I'm not saying
nothing really happened. She just tried to.
I'm not saying anything crazy happened.
Yeah, she just shot her shot.
I am, exactly.
Okay, so what? What you mean?
That's just my opinion.
You don't need the shot.
That's all I'm gonna say. I just wanted to give my 2 cents in.
Yeah.
To each his own.
That's actually hilarious, bro. So that's why you do no kind. So who can? But the thing is, if she shoots her shot and you turn it down, and it's not that big of a. It's not like you lost something.
If you going to turn it down, what's the point of her even shooting her shot in the first place?
Well, she ain't know.
But why? Like, what was the?
It's always.
Why even?
Listen, man.
It's similar concept, but different. I guess technique in a sense. But people kind of get mad at Shannon Sharpe for his whole situation. And it's not because we don't see what's happening to him. We don't see that Shari's really trying to play $50 million out of him. But it's the fact of, and it happens to a lot of people, it's sometimes you put yourself into certain shoes. You can avoid certain things from even happening to you, in my opinion. And this goes for everybody who gets in a relationship and is then broken up with them. If, at least personally, if you don't want to go back to an ex, then you shouldn't keep in contact with an ex. It's just, there's no point in trying to be friends with them. You're not friends. One of y'all wants to be with each other, the other one doesn't, and now one of you's sad because you can't get with the other one. You can't get with the other one. She's not content with the answer that you gave her.
Of course.
And until she gets what she wants, in this relationship that y'all pseudo have currently, because even if y'all not in a relationship, y'all engaging with each other, so you do still have somewhat of a relationship.
That's an acquaintanceship.
You could call it that.
That's what it is. I don't talk to her on a regular. I talk to her whenever she texts me, which the last time she texted me was a couple months ago. Maybe like 1 or 2 months ago.
Yeah, I don't know how many acquaintances I ask you out though. That's the thing about it.
I mean, listen, I don't know. But she wasn't acquaintance. First of all, everyone starts off at an acquaintance and then it gets there.
So you can't just reverberate back to an acquaintance then at that point. You just...
Yeah, you can. Just like, that's like saying if I have a friend, you can't not be my friend anymore because now you're my friend.
But you wouldn't revert that person back to a stranger. Like, I'll always know who you are.
Yeah, but an acquaintance isn't a stranger.
It's acquaintance is someone that you talk to and you stay cordial with. She's a stranger. I don't know who the heck that is. I know who the acquaintance is, though.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from.
I thought that was that's awkward.
There's one over there.
Yeah, we just keep going farther down the line. I understand.
I'm just saying, it wouldn't happen.
I understand what you're getting at, but
wouldn't happen if
what
you
I'm
keep in
saying,
contact.
I understand what you're getting at, but what you're saying and how you're making it seem like it's as if I went. Yeah, yes, it is. Yeah, you are. You. Let me finish. Based off of what you're saying, you're making it seem like as if I have essentially like gone after her. So like she.
That's not what I'm trying to make.
But it kind of sounds like that.
I was just trying
because
to make it
you could
point.
have because think about it, you could have an acquaintance. Like I could have a friend who's an ex or an acquaintance who's an ex, and not go back. Same how we have alcohol in the house, but we don't drink it. Just because you have it, don't mean you gotta use it.
The alcohol's not gonna tempt you like a woman would. Her asking you is the temptation to even go down.
Nah. Her
and listen, all right.
her showing up to my house naked. That's the temptation.
Maybe you might not slip. That's fine. But I guess my whole point is by you leaving any door open.
Like I said on the podcast, I keep it cracked. I always keep hope.
That's fair.
Always keep hope. What?
Fair, sir.
Why? Because at the end of the day, whether or not she likes it or not, I have left, which is like a good or bad thing. So like a part of me feels bad for this, but a part of me feels good for this. I have left somewhat of an impact on her life. And sometimes keeping hope open or keeping that door cracked a little bit just by being friendly, I could kind of still see if I still have a hold on her or not.
To me, it just sounds like you're leading shorty on.
Oh, I didn't lead her on.
No, but in that analogy, you saying to see if you still kind of got that power over her or whatever, it more just seems like you kind of just want to see if you could kind of keep shorty on like a tether in a way to see if you still kind of got that power over her. And then I'm not sure if eventually you kind of get over that or not.
Nah, because like here's the thing, I understand where you're getting at, and maybe you are right to a certain extent, but I guess why I do it differently is it's like I'm not hitting any of these girls up. They all hit me up.
Yeah.
And then I respond cordially. I didn't say nothing to her. Like
I'm saying you
I could have
at all. Like that's my point. Just
yeah, I couldn't, but that's not how I frankly I have taken my father's ideology, and this is what I'm doing. And so far, it has worked well. Now, yes, I can just not respond, or I can respond, have a little convo, whatever, and then keep it pushing. It is what it is. It doesn't hurt you to respond. It only hurts you if you decide to take certain actions.
But by you
Drinking,
responding, it could lead to taking certain actions. This is my point.
Yeah, okay, but also I don't need to respond and take certain actions because if I wanted her that bad, I would have just hit her up. I don't need her to hit me up for me to be like, oh, let me know. Because if I liked her, I would have just put forth that effort first. So I can understand where you're coming from, but I'm also it's kind of like, if I wanted it that bad, I would have went after her. I wouldn't have waited months for her to be like, oh, she finally texted me.
You don't want it that bad, and why even bother responding?
Because it doesn't, because
care about it, just leave it alone.
Because responding doesn't hurt nobody. You can not care and still respond.
You've said that a couple times. Yes, I agree. Responding might not hurt nobody in the moment, but it does lead to things that can hurt in the future. That's what I'm just saying. It's kind of like leaving the door open.
So I guess my argument is like because that statement could be used for damn near anything. It's only if you let it. Anything could lead to me driving, could lead to me flipping the whip and dying. But that's only if I let it. That's only if I am reckless. But if I'm smart and I pay attention,
and
then it's cool.
In regards to that does make sense and that is fair. But it's one thing to see a red stove, touch it once, get burned, and be like, damn, okay, I know what it does. Then to go back and possibly get burned again, and going back into a situation that you know you would already you've been through before.
But I didn't go back into the situation.
I'm not saying you did, Tyler.
But like what I'm saying is
misconceptions you're getting with
because that's how it sounds.
I'm saying that like what you're doing is wrong.
Because the way you're
I'm just making a point of if you keep in contact or if you just leave that door open, you might not go back, but they gonna come back. That's my whole thing.
And that what I'm saying is if they come back, it doesn't matter. Because if you because it only matters if you essentially also kind of come back as well. If you stand firm and stand ground, it don't matter whether or not they come back.
That's fair.
Because you know you're gonna do what you're gonna do regardless.
That is true.
It's like going to the party and someone's like, yo, here's a drink. You know they gonna offer you the drink, but you have your own morals. You're like, I don't want to. So it's the same with her.
That's fair. That's fair.
So
I understand and see your perspective.
that's why I don't mind. That's why I don't
We just have
mind.
a different ideology.
Yeah, and also at least with her specifically, I have no ill will. I actually would like to meet up with her again and all that other
Yeah, good
stuff.
times.
Exactly. I would actually like to meet up with her again and all that other stuff. But I know what a long distance relationship is, and I know what it has done to me. So even though she asked me, and I was like, you know what, I still like you and all this other stuff. I sat there and I was like, do I really want to go through what I went through a couple months ago all over again? And there was nothing that I could have said to justify that. So because of that, I had to tell Shorty, listen, we can still talk. If you want to call on me, I'm here. You want to text? Like, if you want to talk more often, we can, because I like you as a person. But because I'm on the way here in America, it just ain't never going to go further. Maybe if I was in the Philippines, I might have would have gave her another chance. Who knows? But that's why I don't think it's bad to just keep them as friends. Because half the time we don't even talk. I don't talk to any of the other exes. It's just, you know?
That's fair, man. That's fair.
You know? The others hate me or married.
You have a right to do so. So that's fair.
So it ain't bad. That's all right. You just don't. I understand your perspective. You just don't want to be tempted at all or something like
Go
that.
down that road, man. No reason to bother.
Listen, that's fair. I respect it.
I am not surprised though.
That what she texted back?
I'm not surprised at all.
Why you say that?
Shorty got a tattoo of you. Of your name. I'm not surprised. Also, like, you took her on vacation. I'm not saying that she doesn't have other prospects, but like, how many dudes are doing that?
I think she did. I 100%. She is a beautiful woman in a foreign country.
I'm not saying
100
that can't happen,
She.
but not every guy's willing to do that.
That's fair. I would say this. I agree with you.
Not every guy's willing to pay what you were willing to pay at times. Not every guy's willing to.
Listen. I actually agree with you wholeheartedly. I think the reason why I seem to still have a hold on her,
And you went to church.
yeah, is one. I do think just the type of man I am, like faith and all that other stuff. But I agree with you. I do think it's the fact that it's one of those things where I've showed her such a good time to now, if another dude comes around, I kind of set the bar a certain, you know what I mean? So it's just not the same. And you're right. A lot of dudes aren't willing to do what I did. But in the moment, I was like, yo, one, everything here is cheap, and I want to have a good time. And on top of that, she ain't never really asked for nothing. She wasn't like one of them ones that were like, yo, can I get a bag? Can I get this? Can I get that? It was just like, this is what I want to do. And she was there. So I just essentially just paying twice. But also because of that, I also got perks. You know, I got a tour guide. I got someone who could bargain deals for me, who knows the land, who could keep me out of trouble and stuff like that, which she did. I got consistent pussy. Had a good time. I got someone who was willing to cook for me, clean for me and stuff like that. It was a good time. But I definitely think that because of what I did for her and how I treated her and the time that we had together, I think that's what she's really stuck up on. And I don't think any other dude, at least so far after me, at this very moment, has either done anything like that with her or has even like considered doing anything like that.
In my opinion, this is strictly my opinion. Of course, I don't know. But I don't really think she wants you. She wants what you can do.
Oh, I agree with that. She wants what I could, which is like, typically that's the majority of women. But they want what you could provide. So she sees the life. One, she sees the life I could buy, but also like, obviously, because we won't be going on vacations all the time. It's just someone who has enough money to take care of her and who could hold down a family and all the other stuff. Plus, I'm American, so my money's different. So if she's messing with local dudes, they ain't doing nothing that I was doing because they ain't.
You know, the same money.
Yeah, I'm coming over. I'm pulling up with American dollars, bro. Yeah, man. I spent 1,000 pesos. People are like, damn. I'm like, yo, this is $20. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is $20. But it's completely different, bro. $100 is 5,000 pesos, which is crazy, right? They're like 5,000 pesos. They look at you like, dang, okay. But in your mind, you're like, yo, this is $100, bro. Like, you know what's crazy? It's like, I spend it sometimes, and I spend it sometimes on groceries. Like, so the grocery store is $100. So I agree. I do think she likes me to a certain extent, but I do think she which probably takes more precedent is what I was able to provide for, what I was able to do for.
That's how you made her feel.
It's how I made her, and that's, you know what's crazy? That's what she said many times. She talks about how I make her feel. She's like, I make her feel like she's worth it. Like, it's like, she's like valuable to a certain extent. That's how I make her feel. And as the saying goes, people don't remember, it's like people don't remember what you say, they remember how you make them feel. So I think a lot of times, and it's crazy too, because I got in a lot of arguments with her. There were times where I ain't purposely make her cry, but I was just very straightforward with her, and she was very emotional. And I did all that, bro, and Shorty was perfectly fine with it. I was like,
Well, I mean, from what I've come to learn,
yeah, you can make them mad, you can do all that. If they like it, they like
It's
it.
just more the emotion to it.
Yeah.
So she gets mad at you. It's the same thing as her being happy with you.
Yeah, it is.
In regards to the whole emotional aspect, it's the same thing.
It's the same.
I feel the same way.
It's the same thing.
I didn't think it was that case, but come to learn that it is.
Oh, it is.